So now, for our third discussion, let's proceed to the administration of Ramon Magsaysay. Ramon Magsaysay is the 7th President of the Philippines. So, a while back, Elpidio Quirino is the 6th, and Manuel Rojas is the 5th President. So, early life or his biography. He was born on August 31, 1907 in Iba, Zambales. He entered the University of the Philippines in 1927 and worked as a chauffeur to support himself as he studied engineering. So, on 1928 to 1932, he transferred to the Institute of Commerce at Jose Rizal College. So, he also worked as automobile mechanic and shop superintendent and joined the motor pool of the 31st Infantry Division of the Philippines Army during World War II. And he became also a congressman under President Rojas' administration and served as chairman of the House National Defense Committee. So, these are the primary problems during his administration. Land reform problems, Hukbalahap Rebellion, lack of funding for the rehabilitation of the Philippines from the damages from World War II. So, these are the promises during the elections and inaugurations. The first one is, he said that we shall belong only to the people. Meaning, the member of his administration, beginning with himself, shall cease to belong to parties, to families, and even to their selves. Meaning, iisang dugo, iisang lahi. Dapat tayo magtulungan or magkakaroon ng unity sa isa't isa upang para ma-solve yung problema na kinakaharap ng ating bansa. Number 2 is the all men entrusted with authority. So meaning, during his administration of public affairs, it should adhere firmly to the ideals and principles of Constitution. Siyempre, lahat ng lalaki is kinakailangang palaban kasi nga nakaharap pa rin tayo sa World War II. Then, render and demand a compromising loyalty to the basic tenet of our Constitution. So, meaning is we are the sovereign Filipino people, or we ensure the preamble of this of the Philippines. And last, the rule of the government must be service to you. So ayun na nga, kailangan yung lahat ng mga batas na nasa gobyerno is syempre manggagaling sa mga tao. Sila yung nagdidikta kung ano yung mostly na gagawin ng ating gobyerno. Kasi yung gobyerno naman yung tumutulong sa atin na ukol sa ating mga problems or tumutulong sa ating mga pangangailangan. So, involved din yung mga mamamayan dito sa ating gobyerno. Yun yung sabi niya. Then, so, guardians of freedom and dignity. So, meaning is, he said that I pledge that we shall be guardians of freedom and dignity of the individual. Siyempre, is kinakailangan nating makalaya sa mga mananakop sa atin. Kaya, dapat magkaroon tayo ng kalayaan at itayo natin yung bansang Pilipinas at sa mga at handang lumaban para sa kaligtasan at kalayaan ng ating bansa doon sa mga gustong sumakop sa atin. Then, the Bill of Rights. He said that for me and the members of my administration, a Bill of Duties, we shall be guardians of the freedom and dignity of the individual. Yun na nga, yung connected yung Bill of Rights dito sa freedom and dignity na ito. Then, the land tenure system of our country. So, to avoid the injustice and oppression, we should adhere this land tenure system, or to have more production here in the Philippines. Then, the land of the landless. Meaning, we shall be more than just a catchphrase. We will translate it into actually. We will clear and open for settlement our vast and fertile public lands, which under the causing of willing hearts and industrious hands are waiting to yield sustenance to millions of our countrymen. Siyempre, land of the landless, kasi hindi naman tayo mabubuhay kung wala tayong inaapakang lupa. Then, call upon the remnants of the hook. Yung kinakailangan lang dito is yung peace and order. Kasi yung mga hooks is sila yung mga parang mga sundalo na parang NPA, ganun. Tapos, leaders of the communists. So, syempre, yung sinasabi niya na leaders of the communists kasi syempre bilang isang pangulo ng ating bansa is kinakailangan mong disiplina ng iyong sarili, tapos nandyan na din yung responsibilidad mo kung paano mo tratuhin ang iyong mamamayan, tapos paano mo ipaglaban ang iyong bansa tungkol sa mga gustong sumakop sa atin, at paano ka magkakaroon ng interaksyon sa ibang bansa kahit nagkakaroon na ng labanan. Parang halimbawa is 'di ba yung American and the Philippines. Syempre is kinakailangan mong para may tigil yung labanan is kinakailangan yung mag-usap ng mabuti, tapos nandyan yung agreement. Then, let's proceed to the laws and programs. Ito yung mga ipinatupad niya noong siya ay naging presidente. But first, we discuss about the Agrarian Reform Program. So, in the Philippines, the Agrarian Reform Program encompasses much more than land redistribution and support services, and covers the following additional components: the land transfer activities, land settlement, leasehold operations, stock distribution options, production and profit sharing, and the development of beneficiaries, and etc. So, number 1 is the Republic Act number 1160 of 1954. So, LASEDECO or the LASEDECO was abolished and established the National Resettlement and Rehabilitation Administration. The main goal was to resettle landless farmers and aim at the rebels who returned to provide them with lots for home and farming in Palawan and Mindanao. Then, the Republic Act 1199 or the Agricultural Tenancy Act of 1954. So, the leasehold system and share tenancy were organized to oversee the relationship between tenants and landowners. And the number 3 is the Republic Act number 1400 or the Land Reform Act of 1955. The Land Tenure Administration or the LTA were in charge of the possessing and distributing tenanted rice and corn lands with over 200 hectares for individuals and 600 hectares for corporations. And the number 4 is the Republic Act number 821. The creation of Agricultural Credit Cooperative Financing Administration. So, in this Republic Act, the small farmers and tenants low interest of between 6 to 8% with their loans. Then the reparation agreement. An agreement between Japan and the Philippines to pay the latter $550 million as payment for the war damages of World War II. So, meaning is, binigyan tayo ng pera ng mga taga-Japan upang matugunan or muling ibangon ang ating bansa dahil sa mga alam naman natin na maraming mga kagamitan or yung mga buildings ang nasira dahil sa pag World War II na ito. Tapos, sa number 6 is the Bell Trade Act of 1946 into the Laurel-Langley Agreement. So, it eradicated the authority of the United States to have control over the exchange rate of the Philippines peso. Parity privileges reciprocal extended the sugar quota. This agreement retained the economic supervillains between the U.S. and the Philippines. Ito yung Bell Trade Act. Then, the Agricultural Commodities Agreement with the U.S., 1957. So, this is the perpetuating the colonial pattern of the nation's economy. And last, the Anti-Supervision Law. So, meanings, this program is the law that limited the citizens' democratic right of assembly, free speech, and beliefs. So, nandito na yung charot. Law that limited the citizens' democratic right of So, sa anti-supervision law, ito na yung, for example, is the freedom of speech or yung kalayaan natin upang sabihin kung ano yung mga gusto nating sabihin tungkol dito. Then, the beneficiaries of the laws and programs. So, RA number 1160 of 1954. So, rebel returnees and as well as landless farmers benefited were given home lots and farmlands. So, inilunsad yung Republic Act number 1160 of 1954 para yung mga walang tirahan is magbibigyan sila ng sapat na pera upang magpatayo ng kanilang bahay at magkaroon ng sapat na lupa upang doon sila magkakaroon ng hanap buhay nila araw-araw. Then, the Republic Act number 1199 or the Agricultural Tenancy Act of 1954. So, although the law amended on the tenancy problem, farmers benefited from the distribution of crops on a certain basis. So, meaning is kahit ganon is nagkaroon pa rin ng problema. Ito yung tenural system. Pero yung mga mostly na yung mga farmers naman is nagkaroon ng beneficiary dito sa mga lupa na binigay ng gobyerno sa kanila. Then, the holes and shortcomings of the laws. So, dadako naman tayo dito. Although the common people benefited from the land distribution of the government and tenants were given more rights, the problem that were solved by the government were just in the surface rather than the main problem. So, syempre is yung Republic Act number 1999 kasi is ito yung the farmers were given a certain percentage of the distribution of crop. So it put a minor solution to that, but with the case of the tenurial system, it wasn't given notice. Then let's proceed to the issues and controversies. Corruption. So meaning, kapag nasa politika ka is hindi talaga maiiwasan yung pagkakaroon ng corruption. The corruption among cabinet members and endless attempts to bribe the president were the most common issues of the time, where corruptions was very rampant among government official and president. Hindi maayos yung mga problema dito sa Pilipinas kasi instead na programs na iyon is parang binulsa na nila yung mga pera, kaya ayun na nga, walang progress na makikita during his administration. So last is the summary of governance. Ramon Magsaysay was dubbed as the guy because many considered him as the president who really connected and represent the common man, being a president with a sympathetic heart to the masses. Nung namatay si Ramon Magsaysay, sabi nila na hindi daw ito aksidente. Kasi may naglagay ng bomba sa eroplanong pinagsakayan niya. Kaya ayun na nga, siguro dahil sa galit kay Ramon Magsaysay, kaya nito ginawa.